Come here. For me. Right. I was thinking that. So, yeah. So you're trying to get up. What do you want me to do? Tell me what to do and I'll help you.
How you doing?
Okay. So do you mind following that one?
Oh,
Facebook,
my
right?
God.
On Facebook.
We get more chairs. We get more chairs. Will we put another table up? We can put people on the other side of it too. That's not part of the project. Like Darren and Todd yeah, right there. Put it right there. Hey, Quinn.
The Laws family. I texted you the other day. Excuse me, I'm Stacy. Chair, you can have this chair. It's got some chairs for now.
You guys sit over here. All right, Stacy.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna coordinate and match with the So anyway.
Brandon.
Attention, everyone. Attention. Can I get y'all attention for a second, please? We're going to be capping this room soon because we're going to be over capacity. I didn't know all these people was going to show up. Most people RSVP. Most of them are here, and I'm really concerned about them first because they RSVP. But we're going to cap it off, and if someone don't get in here in about 10 minutes that's RSVP, then we're going to be done. I'm waiting for one person to come who's part of our hosting. When he comes, we're going to start, and we're going to eat, and we're going to learn something from the secretary. So thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes,
And I RSVP, my name is.
that's right. Well,
I got home training.
I'm going to go out there and put the bad news out to the team. So we can
Oh, okay, well, I got
All right.
extra.
We all want to know.
The call put before you.
We have women. We have
I'm just saying hello.
We gonna talk. I gotta talk to you.
Well, no, we're not talking. Well, do you need a pardon?
Huh?
You need a pardon?
Yes.
You gotta fill out this paperwork. I'm running you down, trying to get you paperwork.
Thank you so much. What's up? Still doing it. You coming out on the boat, man?
As soon as I get, you know, it's crazy. I got the whole month of August off, so.
Month of August?
Yeah, what you doing in August?
I can do it.
Yeah, let me know. Yeah, let me know.
You said you just got off the boat? Nah, I was talking about when we go boat you got? All kind of boats, man. We out there in the water all the time. I'm going to go down this Saturday. Big. Hey, I'm fishing. How you Gotta eat. Whoa.
Oh my gosh, she's already, she became you know, I'm always just like, not her.
We have that. We are on the Reentry Coalition testing. So we have the Reentry Coalition. I know the one we used to be doing in City Hall. We have like Delaware County Okay, I was about to know. Did we reason meetings and all that? You're telling me.
Nah, I'm trying to take a name off the clock. Get some energy going.
Because he doesn't want to fund it. And that's what he wants to
Sat on the table. You got it? All right. We're grinding. We're grinding. I don't know if you guys see it, but it's
Yeah, I'll definitely try, but you know, our whole thing was Chester music specific. You know what I mean? It gets lost in the shuffle. You get on the camera. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. Aubrey last name? Aubrey Lee. She's the point person for the
Everything's just coming right now for us. Okay. We just got to go through our group campaign.
Okay, we'll go to work here. Okay, all right. Absolutely. I'm gonna reach out to him. What you guys want? You guys a monthly meeting and all that type of good stuff? Yeah.
Even having actually, like I said, around and start doing business.
Okay. I think I still got your card. I got it. You got one on? That's okay. I know I have it. I know. You gotta buy yourself. Absolutely. I'll make sure I do You don't remember your position? Oh yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, absolutely.
We're just and
By the time you do that, you might get done.
That'd be great. Yes. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay.
Yeah, man, but you say you got the books? Oh, yeah. Okay.
So we took over 100
Okay, testing.
Number one, back there.
Okay.
Two. All right.
Testing. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Good. Okay. Good evening, everyone. We are so happy to have you here this evening. I'm happy for my friend Jonathan King, who has been the backbone to this forum. The forum tonight is Reentry, Resetting, and Redemption. Now you have to forgive me if I'm a little structured, because I'm a hood guy who became a college professor. So there is a little order to what I do. So if I sound professorish, then that's what I intend to be, professor. But then if I sound hood, you just have to excuse me. That's just my nature. Go back to that. So, but Jonathan Abdul Rahim King, this is my friend. Jonathan worked for me in the mayor's office. Actually, we worked together before I became the mayor.
And then I became the mayor, and Jonathan worked for me as my community liaison. He went out in the community, he did exactly what I asked him to do and more. And many times that's rare. People tend to get in a position and they do enough to get in a position, then they do what they want to do. But he did what I asked him to do. And I see a couple other people who are quite familiar. They were community liaisons with us, Corey and Cole. But Jonathan dedicated his life to reentry. And he said he wanted to do some things, and after he left the mayor's office, after I left the mayor's office, and soon, a little later, he left, and he did exactly what he said he was going to do. So I thank you for giving me the opportunity to do the introductions and all, but Jonathan and Brandon are the reasons why we're here. That's our curriculum, and that's the lesson for tonight. Reentry, resetting, and redemption. So everything else is falling in line with that. We do have some guests here that I would like to recognize. We do have Senator John Kane here with us. And before you come, Senator Kane, we do have District Attorney Jack Stolzheimer is here with us. Yeah, we have the Public Defender's Office. So that means when we say the office, there's more than one around, right? So we thank you for coming and being here. Yeah, Representative Brian Kirkland's office is also represented here. And Mayor Thaddeus Kirkland's office is here and represented here. Okay? And if there's anyone who snuck in and representing anyone else, county council or anyone else, I see Steve Fisher of the Housing Authority is here. Thank you. 2 times, Steve, okay? 2 times, back to back. And we have some other representatives from colleges and other agencies. We welcome you all. So we're going to get the program moving. And it's going to be a treat tonight because Brandon is always a treat for me. I met him some years ago. I'm not going to go into that story, but when I met him, he had a different color suit on. And now every time I see him, he got something different on, and it's 100 plus, Brandon, I'm telling you. So, yeah, I love it when you come in, and I appreciate the things that you have to share with us. And also, and this is the last thing, and I'm going to get on with the program, there is a contest tonight. And there's a contest between Brandon and Jonathan King. You ain't got to tell nobody who you vote for, but you got to vote for one of them. So they're all in this contest. So Senator John King, can you come up and just give us a few words?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Senator John Kane, if you don't know who I am. I represent the Senate in the city of Chester here, and also parts of Delaware County, and also parts of Chester County. But before I was a state senator, I was a union plumber. I spent 4 decades in the trades. 13 of those years, I was the business manager of the largest plumbers union in the state of Pennsylvania. The theme here tonight is reentry, resetting, and redemption. And that idea of redemption is near and dear to me. See, I had an addiction with alcohol back in 1983 at the age of 22. I had a member of my union who knew that I had just recently gotten a lot of trouble, and everybody on the job site was talking about it. See, he pulled me off to the side, knowing that I had this addiction and I was struggling. And he told me that there was a place that I could get help. And I seeked help. I've been in recovery since the age of 22, and I am now 60, 37 years, coming up on 38 years. See, he reached out to me. He pulled me off to the side, as a mechanic would do to any apprentice. And he had this one-on-one conversation about my addiction. I knew I was in trouble. I was a pretty decent kid when I wasn't drinking. But when I was drinking, I was like that Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I became an animal. I grew up in Havertown in a little place called Manoa there. Doesn't sound like much for people in the city of Chester here, but to us, we thought that we were the badasses in Delco. We were the best looking guys, we were the best athletes, or at least we thought we were. I met my match. My match happened to be alcohol. I'm here today because somebody gave me a second chance. They reached out to me, they pulled me off to the side, they had this conversation, and I seeked help. It wasn't easy for me, even though because I was in recovery, things should have gotten easier, they didn't. I know what it was like to be out of work from 1989, 1990, 1991. In those 3 years, I only worked 4 months. I took on jobs, whether I was caddying, delivering flowers, doing side work, working in a bowling alley, to provide for my family. I didn't have anything. I didn't have any money. I met my wife in 1987. I raised 4 kids in Ridley, right up the street from here. I recently moved out to Chester County 2 years ago. And I was reached out to see if I would run for office, and I did, and I was successful. Somebody gave me a second chance, and that's what this is all about. So I thank you so much. Just a little bit of my story. I'm a people person. I'm not a person that likes to get in front of people and talk. I just like to tell my story and let you know this is the person that represents the city of Chester, Delaware County, and also Chester County. With that, thank you so much, Mayor, for having me.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you for sharing that story. I know it touches many of us. I know for me, and appreciate your transparency in disclosing that. Because it's not where we start, it's where we end up, and what we do with what we got. So we appreciate you, Senator. Thank you very much. Let's clap for him again. Okay, as I mentioned coming in, this is a little special night, so we're going to take a second out to recognize someone. Again, Senator, in the same vein as you're talking, and Jonathan is going to introduce that person.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. So, I know most of you in here, and the message today for me is partnerships, collaborations, and solutions. Regardless of your politics, regardless of your religion, regardless of your preference, regardless of any of those things, we all got to look at each other like human beings first, because we're all human, right? So the reason why I brought all of these people in this room today is to let you know that people care about people who are reentering into society, right? And people that know me, right, I always say this saying, and me and Senator Kane, we met in a funny way. He's my neighbor as well, right? And I always say, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And when somebody has a record, you look at them different. You might not say you do, but you do. You look at them different, and you think that they shouldn't have the same status as you because they got caught and you didn't. And you're just a step away from being where I used to be. It's that easy, right? When someone's doing something to your children, or someone's doing something to your loved one, or you just lose it in road rage, right? It's so easy today. Young people and older people are solving problems with guns today. That's how we solve it now. And I just want to let y'all know that there are people here in this room that I know personally that have been incarcerated and are some of the most amazing people in this room. And you know the funny part about what I just said? You probably have no clue who it is. That's the funny part about it. So until we look at someone, right? And we don't look inside because we always look outside, right? People say, I don't judge. No, we all judge. Right? Until you know somebody's story, until you talk to someone, think before you do it. You know, because we judge too much out here, and that's the greatest obstacle of us, you know, separating ourselves from opportunity for someone who needs, like the senator said, a second chance. Man, no one's gonna get a senator in here, a district attorney, a state representative, a mayor. We got the head of the Chester Housing Authority. We got Keystone First. All those people that was on that flyer that were sponsors, and I like to thank the sponsors personally. I like to thank all of you who participated in making this event positive and possible today. We don't work together, but we really got to start doing it. And if we do that, the possibilities are endless with great relationships with one another. I want to personally thank my team right here, and I don't care if they get mad or not, Stacy, Erica, and Megan. They are the reason why you RSVP. They are the reason why all this paperwork is right. They are the structure behind this whole thing, because I am not that smart. You know, and I just want to let y'all know that we have to appreciate people who have come home from prison and that have done great, because we got a lot more people going out. So, how I got here, right? And I'm not going to make it a big, long story. People know I was in prison before. I've been home for 21 years, and I accomplished some stuff by God's permission. When I had my store on 3rd and Ingle and hardly had anything in it, this great guy came to see me named Richard Carter. I had no idea who he was, but I know I was in prison with him because he told me he was in prison with me. And he was talking about this thing about reentry. See, reentry wasn't even thought about in Chester, in Delaware County, before this man came home. I call him Mr. Reentry. You know, a lot of people try to take that title, but anyone that knows anything about restorative justice and reentry, if you don't know Richard Carter, you don't know anything about restorative justice and reentry. This is a man that was participating in a class action lawsuit for the Agent Orange for Vietnam veterans all over the world. This is a man that actually exposed PTSD to all of the veterans in the world, right? He was a little giant. And he never got his real due because the law called him back. But I'm gonna tell you something. I was at his wedding, I was at his funeral. Both of them. And I was on the streets with him. And he taught me a lot. And I asked his permission. Would you give me the permission to be the person to lead reentry in this area? And he gave it to me. So I ain't gonna let that man down. I'm gonna do exactly what he told me to do. And with that being said, State Representative Brian Kirkland, could you please come up?